Hey YouTube, it's Dakota back with another weekly trading review video. Today going through the week of February 27th through March 3rd, 2023. And what I do on these videos is just review my performance for the week, review each trade that I go through. So I have a video documentation of my progression. So let's go ahead and get into this. Starting off with the summary, I took 4 trades. I had 1 winner, I had 3 losses, and I ended up with a 0.47R multiple and lost about 2.11% this week. So going down, you see it's a pretty small losing week as R multiple wise, but small R multiple gain. See the R, if you put them together, that's when things kind of are, the real results are pretty shown, right? The real results are shown. Why did I take this trade? Buyer showed strength with bullish break above daily level 1.5750, followed by around a retest of last high pre-break. It was a perfect setup. It was literally a perfect setup for me. I was really excited for the setup on Euro AUD. It was really nice. It was really nice, and it just came right up on top of that daily level. Unfortunately, price just broke down. Sellers took back control in this situation and ended up losing that position or losing that trade. Go to the next one. How did I execute the trade? Limit activated, then stop was taken out. How could I have done better? Trade is perfectly executed, just didn't work out this time around, right? Like I said, it was a really nice trade, or a really nice setup, I should say. Textbook, pretty much. Okay, it shouldn't have opened right there. But next position I took here, Euro AUD. After buyers failed to protect 1.5750, saw sellers hand and changed my bias to short-term sell. Sellers gave a bearish engulfing on the hourly time frame with an untested last low pre-break of daily level 1.5750, looking for price to test just beyond the low of the shooting star it created. This was the premise of the trade. So this was that actual trade here. After that buy didn't work out, I saw this engulfing candle here and looked for sells, short-term sell, just to the low of a shooting star that I saw on the daily time frame. And this is how it was executed, right? Went ahead, set a limit at this last low, this previous low, just above the daily level, and then price came up, activated it, and then we see price hit targets just below that shooting star that I was looking at. And how to execute limit activated, then taken out by target. How could I have done better on this trade? Noticing the first trouble area, noticing the first level of resistance, I could have placed a stop order there and added size to that position as price came down if there was failure. Now, this isn't a set in stone solid way of me adding size yet. I'm just looking and experimenting with new ways to add more to my positions instead of the typical waiting for in my exact setup. So because it takes pretty much a runner in order for that to happen. So I'm looking to add more size into these shorter positions. So talking about this area and placing the stop order here as price closes through that level, looking for price to hit that target. Now in this situation, it wouldn't be that good because the R is super low if I'm putting my stop where it is right here. And alternatively, like the stop is going to be above ATR in this situation, so it's very low. What I had to do is actually increase my risk over my overall risk in this position instead of keeping it the same. And from an outset on this position, I'm already at max because it's one of my prime setups. So in that situation, it wouldn't really work anyway. Would not really work anyway. So now going to dollar Swiss. Why did I take this trade? As a follow up to the channel news spike play that had not reached target yet, price closed above daily level 0.9408. At this point, I was thinking buyers are still in control. However, I did not notice a double top that had formed on the round of retest as the round of retest began. Let's go ahead and open that up and see what I was talking about. Okay, so similar to the Euro AUD, this one was just more of a runner setup because I'm looking for it to actually hit a certain target. This is a trade that I was holding for a while, I believe down here. Yeah, right around here in this area. And as price came up, we got it to a daily level. And at that daily level, price broke above it, but it actually fell this previous high, which I didn't notice in the moment. If I noticed that it fell the previous high, wouldn't have taken this at all. And also, I shouldn't have taken this at all because it wasn't a trade that I had actually planned. Um, I had noted it down on my weekly plan, but it wasn't worth taking for me because it wasn't as clean. Okay, let me activate the stop hit. How could I have done better? This was not initially planned trade and was taken out of boredom since it was not on my list. Don't take next time. I was pretty much in all the positions I was going to be in for the week pretty early on. So this things kind of got boring real quick for my trading, right? So I had to start diving into my trading plan and editing some other stuff. Decided to dig into some coding as well. Why did I take this trade on AUDUSD? I was looking to add to the position that I was already positioned purely at agreed. That was position that I was already in, and I noticed price had tested a trend line, which trend lines kind of suck. So wasn't really something that I needed to take, and it's not something that I typically take. I like to trade off of my support resistance levels instead of the dynamic resistance trend line levels. Before I took this position, I actually knew the risk was going to be too high anyway, so I shouldn't have. And initially, I decided not to take it, but like an hour or two passed, and I was like, let me just take this position, put size on it, and hit this target real quick. Which is the downside of actually setting targets. It can kind of get me personally in that mode of let me just take this extra position and hit the target real quick instead of trading how I'm supposed to be trading in the situation. How to execute the trade, manual entry, realize risk was too large and close the position. And then later I realized, hey, the risk is too large. It makes no sense for me to be in this position, exit the position. So I ended up taking a small loser on that, unnecessary small loser. How could I have done better? Do not take trades that go past my risk limit. Okay, and I added a few things to this review section. Did I accomplish my goal for last week? My goal from last week was to hold all positions till stop or target was reached, and where it was necessary, I did that. I'm still holding on to the other positions because they haven't hit stop or target, and there's no real reason for me to exit those positions just yet, which we'll see in a second. What is common with my losers? Two losers came from unplanned positions. All right, so if that's something that consistently happens, is that I'm most of my losers are happening because I'm taking unplanned trades, then the simple solution is to stop taking unplanned trades, right? Only take the trades that I planned out for the week, which are really just two pairs. Two pairs I really focus on, two to three. Typically is two. Uh, so that's just something that I need to work on right now. And over time, we'll see if I can. Over time, I'll definitely get that down. What's coming to my winners? Winner was a quick and short play around daily level. So something to note: target wasn't that large. It was just a short target. So maybe something that I could do if I consistently see, go for the short targets. Forget the larger targets, and if I go for the short targets, I could increase my risk on the short targets, and just have those setups. All right, and that could dwindle down to be my system. All right, what's one thing I could do better next week? Next week, I can only take planned trades. Do not take unplanned positions. So, already working on that. That's my goal for next week. That's the focus for next week. Now, going down to the two ideas that I have for next week, I'm currently holding two positions, USDJPY, and these are I'm not gonna go into detail on these, but if you guys do want to see the notes on them, they are in my Discord server, which the link to that is in the description. You can just go ahead, go to the description, click that, and it's free to join. and I post updates on every trade that I take in there, and also send content out that I personally study. All right, so if you guys want to check that out, go ahead, click the link in the description. So holding position on dollar yen, looking for it to actually push up to a weekly level, and looking for possible limit to be activated at 134.92. On AUDUSD, I'm looking for price to revisit my entry level at 67.77, uh, and see if it pushes down from that point. And if it reaches that point again, I'll put the full clip on and look for it to just tank down. That's where I'm really looking for it to tank it from. So we'll see if that actually happens. But that's the review for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, go ahead, give it a like. If you want to keep up with more content, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in the next one.